Hello my beautiful cupcakes. So, promise you 2 videos. You're getting 2 videos. Still have pink eye. I had to put eye drops in. I hate eye drops. I'm just a mess, but I'm still gonna make this video for you because it's a topic very close to my heart. And, you know, it's a real struggle. Like, people like to pretend like stuff that, like I know people like to pretend that stuff like this doesn't exist, but it does, because, you know, obviously I wanted to make videos like this if it didn't exist. And I don't think that it could ever not happen to you, because it happened to me, and it can happen to you or anyone around you. And yeah, I look like I'm going to cry, but no, that's just my pink eye. That rhymed. So I'm going to basically tell you about what I know about eating disorders, which well, I mean, I'm not going to say it's a lot, but I mean, you know, it's like the basics of what you need to know. There's two kinds of eating disorders. There's anorexia and bulimia, and well, anorexia can also be called anorexia nervosa, but it's basically just called anorexia for short. And anorexia is basically when you don't eat at all, you become obsessed, and which is what I had. I had anorexia. You become, you know, obsessed with it. You become just obsessed with losing weight, being thin, and, you know, just always wanting to look like these unrealistic models, which aren't real, because, you know what, chances are they probably have it too. So, yeah. And then bulimia, which is basically when, you know, you eat a bunch of food, and then you force yourself to throw it up or go to the bathroom. And, yeah, so that's basically the two. I don't know why I keep saying, oh yeah, I always say that in these videos. So, they're not really I mean, they're similar as like when your body isn't getting the food that it needs. There's similar in that, and they're terrible. Like, I had anorexia, and it was just terrible. I had it from November of 2010 till January, March, April, May, till May, almost to like the end of May 2011. So, you know, not long without starving myself. And I don't exactly remember, I think it was sometime, was it November or January? I know it was like totally random. I think it was actually January. I'm not positive. It was between November and January is when I stopped eating, and it wasn't fun. You know, I wanted people to like me, and I thought, well, the whole thing is eating disorders are like stereotypical as like, oh, she thinks she's fat, so that's why she's anorexic. Well, like I mean, that's the case in some. Well, that's, I mean, the reason in some places, but but there are some cases where the reason they were is because they wanted to control over something. Like, my life at that point was just spiraling out of control. Sorry, just spiraling out of control. Like, there's this boy, and I liked it, who I liked, and I wanted him to like me back, and I thought that, and, you know, my life was spiraling out of control before then. I was already like slowly like diving into like depression and anxiety like fast, and it was just too fast for me, and everything was just happening so quick, and I couldn't cope. And the things I would do to cope, like I would read, and I would listen to music, and I thought that, well, what if he thinks that's weird? Like, what if everyone else just thinks that's weird? What if, you know, because, I mean, I don't know, I just thought, like, because, you know, who wants to be weird? Like, who wants to be different? Like, what? You know, individuality, like, what? That's crazy. And, I'm just kidding. Individuality is good. You know, who wants to, you know, we all have this in our mind that humans are all supposed to be Cheerios. Like, we're all supposed to be perfect little bland nothingness, which means just making dreaded small talk and just not connecting with each other, when really we're all supposed to be Fruit Loops, because we're not supposed to be, but we're all Fruit Loops. I mean, you know, like, there are some that are the same, like, there's more than one purple Fruit Loop in a box of Fruit Loops, like, it's so weird, but, there's more, so, like, those are, like, similarities, but we're not all the same. We're all different. No one's the same no matter what, and you know what? The same is boring. Different is so much more exciting, you know? I would so much rather hang out with someone with someone who's different and exciting than someone who's just all boring, just makes stupid small talk and just talks about the weather and okay. And so where was I going with that? I don't know. And so like, not remember. Everything was just spiraling out of control, and like everything was like, everyone, because like everyone around me was just like growing up, and well, growing up, I mean I was 11, like how much growing up could we do? But you know what I mean? Like everyone was trying to act older, and everyone was like, you know, getting boobs and all this stuff, and then there was just me who felt like I was just in this deep hole and I couldn't get out, and I wanted control over something, so I stopped doing the things I did to cope with the world, because I thought people would think that was weird, and I just wanted so desperately to be liked, and you know, things like that. And so I thought, well, why? And so I wanted control over something, so I stopped eating, and stupid. I wanted so desperately to be liked. You know, I wish I could just, I would probably go back and punch myself in the face for thinking that, like, for that logic, for just wanting so desperately to be liked. But I don't know. But I just, in a way, I mean, like, not trying to be like sympathetic, but I would tell myself that like everything is gonna, like, what would I tell myself? I tell myself that someday you are gonna be liked. Yeah, I mean, because I mean now I can say I have good friends, I have a good life, I like, you know, there's things that I do in my life that I enjoy, like I like, you know, I've started reading and I've started listening to music, and you know, I've done things that like I do to cope with the world, and people think that like, you know, anorexic people like, or people with just problems in their life can be just so easily spotted, like you can obviously tell that they are when they're not, like you can't always tell, it's like just, you have to really, for someone to tell you that, if someone ever tells you that they are struggling with an eating disorder, just don't say anything, just give them a hug, because that's basically all they can need. And I'm not going to tell you that everything gets better, because I mean, I'm only 14, I mean, I still have so many more years to go, I'm still really young, and I mean, it doesn't always get better, and I know that sounds so bad, but, and I like to think that, like, I mean, everyone likes to think that, oh, it always gets better, when it always, but not always doesn't, like, I mean, someone who's homeless, or doesn't have any, or has to get up and look for food, or their alarm clock is gunshots, is it getting better for them? Or people who are in poverty, and who are probably going to be in poverty their whole life or something like that. Not saying that there's anything, like, I mean, I'm not judging those people, I would never do that, that's wrong, sick, and disgusting, but I mean, does it get better for them? No, it doesn't. You know, it doesn't always get better. You have to make it get better. It's very, we all have, you know, I used to think that, like, oh, if I just let everything come naturally, it's going to get better. When it doesn't, you have to make it better for yourself. No one's going to come up and hand you a better life. No one, that's never happened before. And, you know, sometimes I wish that would happen. I mean, sometimes I wish, like, when I'm really upset or something, that someone would just hand me that better life, but no, that's not going to happen. So what's the point of waiting around wishing for one when I could actually be making mine better, the one that I was giving? Because you have one life to live, so live it to the fullest. Don't waste your time with depression and anxiety and eating disorders. I mean, I'm not judging people who have, 'cause I mean, I have depression, and I don't want, and I mean, so I would never judge someone else who has, except be hypocritical and stupid and ignorant. But I don't know why I said stupid and ignorant. I mean something. I hate it when people do that. Or anyway, so I mean, you know, like, what's the point of waiting around and wishing for a better life when you could make the only one that you were given, and, you know, make it better, and make it better yourself, instead of just being lazy and sitting on the couch crying over nothing, or just some stupid boy doesn't like you, or just some friend was snapped at you, or something like that. Like, I don't know. And so, if you have, and you know, if you have an eating disorder, like, I mean, if you have an eating disorder, you think, you know, you have in your mind that, like, once you've recovered from, you're done with recovery, you know, it's just gonna be a thing of your past, that you're not, that, oh, you know, I'm not gonna have, like, any of the side effects, or, you know, things like that, or, like, you know, it's just gonna be a thing of your past. It's not. It sticks with you for the rest of your life, and you're constantly reminded of it at least every day, at least once a day. It does not leave. You're always reminded of it. I mean, you lose your metabolism, you lose your self-esteem, your weight is always all over the place, and things like that. And you know, I mean, like, I almost killed myself. 11 is too young to die. Any age is too young to die, no matter what. That's just the way I feel. I don't know. But, maybe that's stupid. But, anyway, I mean, you know, like, obviously, like, it would be just as bad as, like, if a 30-year-old died from, you know, like, literally starved himself to death from, like, anorexia or something. But, I mean, you know, like, 11. And you know what? The ages that, like, it's going in is getting younger and younger and younger, and that is scary as crap. Like, I remember one time watching this documentary about a 9-year-old who was anorexic. Like, what? Like, is it getting that bad is it getting that bad that 9-year-olds are skipping dinner just to look like some stupid model? Well, not stupid, but just some model who probably also has anorexia on a magazine cover that they probably saw while they were holding their mama's hand at a grocery store. Like, is it getting that bad? Is the media are we being pressured that much? Like, there's no doubt that girls are being pressured by the media. And I mean, girls are just conscious about themselves, and that's fine, okay? Like, no one, I don't know. Like, these people, like, I mean, we all have days when we just feel terrible about ourselves, but, I mean, is it getting that bad but is the media pressuring us that much that 9-year-olds are skipping dinner? Is it getting, like, and if it is, that's disgusting. Like, if I ever found out that someone was starving themselves just to look like me, I would not be able to live myself. I don't know what I would do. I'd go crazy. I'd go insane. And, you know, it's hard, and I mean, and, you know, I've relapsed, and more times than I like to admit, but, you know, I'm getting better, and I mean, I just don't want anyone to have to go through what I did, because if I ever found out that someone else did, like one of my friends, or one of you guys, or another family member, if I ever found that they had to go through what I did, or what I had to do, or what I go through every single day, I would go crazy. I don't know, I couldn't cope with that, no matter what, no matter how many songs I listened to, or how many chapters of the book I read, I would not be able to cope. I would go crazy. So, I don't know. The point is that please don't, you know, I used to make this video to help, you know, I don't make these videos to tell you to get over it, because, I mean, I know it's hard, I know how it is, I know it's hard to get over it, but I know you can, and I know that you will, and I just believe in you, okay? If you are suffering from bulimia, or anorexia, or any other eating disorder, or just anything in your life, I'm not going to tell you to get over it. Like, I've watched some videos who have, or like I've sometimes said in the past, but I don't agree with some of those things that I've said in, like, some other past videos. But I want to help you. I want to help you get over it, okay? And I'm so sorry if you have to, because just please don't. If you haven't, it's not worth it. Side effects stay with you forever, and you're constantly reminded of it. And, you know, you're not going to be the same after. It's like traumatizing, okay? So, if you are suffering with an eating disorder, I'm so sorry, and I love you, and please get help, okay? I'm so sorry. I can't live with the fact that there are so many people just living, because it's not as uncommon as people think it is. It's more common than it should be, and it's sad, and I can't live with that. So, and if you haven't, just don't waste your time with it. I love you. So subscribe, come over to Bakery, give a cupcake and sprinkles, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr. like this video, well, comment on this video, like this video, share this video, sharing is caring, favorite this video, subscribe,